Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. Once again, thank you so much for being a part of this Cabral concept community. Each and every weekend, we do our Cabral house calls, answering your questions, the community's questions, every single Saturday and Sunday. We've been doing that now for over 8 years, well over 5,000 questions answered. And this weekend is going to be no different. So excited to dive into these questions. Let's get started. I just opened up the document. As I said, no prior research is done on these questions. I just read what you wrote in, and I'm happy to give you my opinion based on 25 plus years of full-time practice. And of course, working with now hundreds of thousands of people all over the world, just like you. All right, let's look at the first questions from Lewis. Hi, Dr. Bile. I wanted to ask your thoughts on the liver and gallbladder flush solution, resulting in the expulsion of soapstones rather than gallstones. There are other doctors on YouTube claiming that you expel the lemon juice and olive oil mixture rather than gallstones. Their argument is that fat plus an alkaline solution results in soap. I don't agree with this, but I've done 8 flushes over the course of a few years and have not experienced much benefit. I still have quite a few GI issues and I'm still working to resolve. Thanks. Okay, so Lewis, happy to help with this. Yeah, so this has been going on. I mean, this has been talked about for many thousands of years. There's essentially a liver and gallbladder flush. I talk about it. It's all free on a Cabral concept show. I'm sure you can literally just go to YouTube and type in Cabral concept liver and gallbladder flush, and it will pull up the show for you. And then, of course, no medical advice, no medical treatment plans, no medical cures, no medical diagnosis. But I share with you exactly what a lot of people have used and feel like they've gotten great benefit from. So essentially, in a nutshell, it's 7 days long, but really the flush happens in the last 24 hours. So you're usually using malic acid. Back in the day, you used to use large amounts of apple juice. And what that does is it helps to soften the bile in the liver-based ducts. That's what it's proposed to do. And then the last 24 hours, you are using a solution of lemon juice, if you'd like. A lot of people use grapefruit mixed with olive oil. And you're drinking that along with then Epsom salt. The Epsom salt then dilates the bile ducts and allows then for that loosened bile to come free. And then that comes out in the stool and it gives it its greenish color. So that is why people believe that more bile and sometimes gall stones may be coming out. So I just wanted to share that with you. I don't want to get banned on YouTube. I probably will again because I'm just literally sharing this information. But you know, we all do our best. And if you don't see us upload a video on YouTube, it's because we were banned again for another week. We have no ability to fight against this. It's just the powers that be. They decide to ban us when we say something that they do not like. So much for free speech. Okay, so here's what I want to share with you. Many people, meaning like probably hundreds of thousands of people, have gotten benefit. It is difficult to discern for sure unless people were able to take those stones, and I'm using the air quotes that come out, and see if it's saponification, which just means that you were talking about the soap that's created, or is it actually bile? And I, you know what? I think if we're being honest, probably a little bit of both. But I bet it is bile that's been in there coming out as well, because we know that the hepatic portal duct is a real thing and that you can drop bile there as well. So, you know, that's my take on it. I would love, of course, if someone could do some research on it, that would be fantastic as well. All right, Tara's up next, but I just want to say this is also very different than a liver functional medicine detox, which you can learn more about for free at stephencabral.com/courses. Just click on functional medicine liver detox. And what else did I want to state? Anything around there? No. So it's, no, I think we're good there. Okay. So Taras is up next. Taras. Hi, doctor. Thanks for the great podcast. I like your idea of switching from a to-do list towards a calendar. What calendar tools, apps, and methods are you using? Thanks. Okay. Yeah, I love these questions, that it goes beyond health. Sometimes we talk about the mindset and motivation Mondays. So I did a podcast, and again, you can always ask. So you can always ask, hey, I can't find the podcast. Ask at cabralsupportgroup.com. We will find it for you, but you can search all podcasts at stephencabral.com/podcasts. And for this one, you could just type in to-do list and it might pop up. So I have a podcast that basically says, throw away your to-do list and do this instead. And what I found is that to-do lists, because I have them myself, they just continue to multiply tasks, but they don't get done because you only have so many hours in the day. And so what I use instead is a calendar, and I just schedule all of my to-dos. It's not, I didn't come up with anything I think, rocket science like, but it gets done that way. If you follow your calendar and not just a to-do list, and you literally follow it throughout the day, you get things done as long as you gave yourself enough time for that task. So I keep mine, again, super simple. I'm a Mac guy, and so I use a MacBook computer, and I use an iPhone. And it comes with the Apple Calendar. Now, if you're a Windows person, great. You could just use whatever, Google Calendar, whatever you like. But you just want to sync it across devices. So when I'm on my computer or on my phone, it shows me what I have to do for the day. I keep my watch on airplane mode. No Bluetooth, so I don't necessarily sync it up there. But if you like to use your Apple Watch, then that would pop up with your to-dos as well. So I keep it super simple. Remember, you need to keep these things. I've tried everything. I just go with my iCal on my phone and my laptop, and then I color code it. So I have probably about 12 different color codes, and that is based on my research or writing time, my meeting time with my teams, my workout time. I schedule my lunch in there. So everything is scheduled in my calendar, and they all have different color codes so I can quickly see what that is. So hopefully that was helpful, Taris. All right, Amanda's up next. Hi, Dr. Brawl. With holiday travel coming up and limited package options at the airport, if you had to choose between water from a plastic bottle or no water at all, which would you prefer? Thanks, Amanda. Oh, it's a great question. So plastic water bottles, so basically every water bottle out there, right, for the most part that you would get in an airport, is not ideal. And that's because these things are shipped on trucks, and they're heated up, and you're getting a lot of those harmful plastics in the water. There's no doubt about it. It can raise estrogen levels and all sorts of other things. Not good. However, we also need to be hydrated. So that's the conundrum, right? So I look at it this way. Let's say you're taking a 2-hour flight and you're in the airport for 3 hours, and you drank before you came into the airport, and you're going to drink, as you're leaving the airport, then you probably don't need to drink from a plastic water bottle, right? You probably don't need to. But if you're thirsty, I still recommend drinking water. So it's not what you do every once in a while that matters, as long as, of course, it's not, poisonous and very harmful. But it's what you do on a daily basis that really adds up, right? That's really what it's all about. And that's what the rain barrel effect is really all about. So on the flip side, what I want to share with you is that I travel quite a bit for speaking, for interviews, for all sorts of different things throughout the United States and even abroad. And what I want to share with you is this, is that there are stands in the airport that sell glass bottles. Almost all airports that I've been to, and that's what I look for. So you can find Saratoga bottles in the blue bottle. You can find Perrier bottles. You can find sometimes Pellegrino glass bottles. You can sometimes find Voss glass bottles. So they are out there. It's worth looking. I can tell you, airports that I travel to quite a bit: Austin, Denver Airport, the LAX airport, Miami airport, Boston Logan airport, of course, Atlanta, Georgia. Those I know for sure, because I travel to those quite a bit, and for sure they have glass. So do your best. Longer flights, you really need to stay hydrated. You absolutely do. Now, here's the other thing, is that many of these airports now have filtered water, I don't know what you want to call them, stands. Basically, it's built into the wall, and it's filtered water. Is it the best water in the world? Probably not. But you could bring your own water bottle if you chose to. So there are all sorts of different ways to do it. If it's a long flight, you do what you have to do, and you drink from a plastic water bottle. My family does it on long flights. We all, do it sometimes. And so, it's not what you do every once in a while. It's what you do on a daily basis that adds up to your overall health. All right, Anonymous is up next. Anonymous says, hello, Dr. Brawl. I love the daily nutritional support for its nutritional makeup and complete vitamins and minerals, but it gives me bloating. I'm certain that this is caused by the DNS, because if I discontinue, the symptoms go away. My guess is that it's due to the pea protein, since I don't digest legumes well in general. Would you please speak to this possibly and recommend a similar product? I wish I could digest it, but the symptoms and discomfort are not worth the gain. Would you ever make a DNS without pea protein whey, perhaps? Thanks. All right, happy to help here. So Yeah, here's the interesting thing, Anonymous, is that there is no one product that works for every human on earth. So the daily nutritional support powder is used by over 9.5 out of 10 people in our practice, like even over that. And so the majority of people use that in our practice because when you look at it, it would take at least a dozen products to equal the daily nutritional support. So at $250 or so a day, it's very inexpensive. It's your full activated daily multivitamin, your full activated B complex in there. It is antioxidants, it's fiber. It is 15 grams of plant-based protein, predominantly pea protein like you just spoke about. So it has all that. And, that's why obviously people like it because it's easy. It contains everything, but doesn't, it's not going to work for every human. And so I get that. We don't use whey protein. We're not necessarily against it, but the problem is that, pun intended, way more people have a cow's milk and whey-based food sensitivity than any type of plant-based protein. That's the truth. And so there's just far more people. So here's the nice thing, and there's an easy way around this. So you can use your favorite protein powder and then just take the daily activated multivitamin. So our daily activated multivitamin, it doesn't give you the fiber and it doesn't give you the plant-based protein, but it gives you the vitamins and minerals from the daily nutritional support. And then you can just take it with your favorite protein. So it's called the daily activated multivitamin. I think it's stephencabral.com/DAMV. But if not, you just go to stephencabral.com/shop, head on over, get the daily activated multi, and take that with your favorite protein. You'll be all set to go. All right. Let's do one more question. It's from Oliver. Oliver says, "Hi, Dr. Cabral. I have an issue with spicy food. Anytime I eat spicy food, it causes gut issues and diarrhea. Any tips on what is causing this and how to prevent it? I've searched previous podcasts and only can find questions around spice and acid reflux, which is not an issue. I'm lactose intolerant. Not sure if that makes a difference, but I know milk helps neutralize spice." Okay, yeah, it does. You're right. So it's funny. Dairy can neutralize spice. It's true, but you can't do dairy, of course, and you really want to know the cause. Okay, so it's not in all people. So I love spicy food. I really do. I very much enjoy spicy food. I always have. Even as a kid, my parents tell me how much I enjoyed hot wings and all these spicy foods, that I could get my hands on. But in some individuals, there's a spice called capsaicin. Some people pronounce it capsaicin. It's from basically the pepper. And this pepper does a few things. So it can be anti-inflammatory, which is great. It can improve circulation, which is great. And the flip side, though, is it can increase peristaltic movement, which could induce bowel movement. It can increase intestinal and digestive fluids, leading to looser stool. And it also can trigger certain receptors in the gut that can speed up bowel motility as well. So there's all sorts of, it can even disrupt the gut microbiome in some people and kill certain negative base bacteria and or parasites as well. So there's all sorts of different reasons why it could cause loose stool in some people. Oftentimes it is dosage dependent, which means you could eat some spicy food and some level of spice and it wouldn't cause this. But once you go above that, it can trigger looser stool. And it does that actually in most people at a certain level, right? So like everybody has this at a certain level. You kind of find the right level that works for you. So hopefully that was helpful, Oliver. It probably wasn't exactly what you wanted to do or wanted to know, but sometimes rebalancing the gut microbiome, or at least starting with something like the Clean Gut Probiotic, even if it's not the full CBO protocol, might help with the gut microbiome in general. And you might find if you eat a little food first before the spicy food, there's something that spice can sit on and move into the gut slower, so that could be helpful as well. All right. Thanks so much, everybody, for tuning into today's Cabral Concept. I'll be back tomorrow answering more of our community's questions. Thanks so much for tuning into today's show. Before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I want to make sure that you're getting our daily content, not missing out on anything functional medicine, wellness, weight gain, weight loss, anti-aging, living longer, stronger, and all of the most cutting-edge research. And if there's any topics you want to hear, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Take care.